George picks up his first personal foul. Denver has gone 2 of 5 to start. 16-footer is in by Jokic, and a quick timeout taken. Millsap, a good start for him. Jokic down low, defended by Zubac. Plenty of time on the clock with a spinner for 2. He's averaged 33 points in that first round against Dallas. Jokic 3, good.
But if he can shore that up, I mean, this guy is so talented offensively. He pulls up for another 3.
And got it again. Jokic from outside.
He was going to guard Jokic down there, showing the versatility defensively, but Trez got back.
Jokic again, he's at 2 threes. He got another one. The big man rainbows one in again from 3.
Oh, we're live.
Green is on Jokic. Shot clock is down to 6. They quickly double and put him in a straitjacket, but somehow he got it away and sneaks one in. Shot clock at 10. Zubac will defend. Doubled by the claw. And a left-hand shot by Jokic.
And how about he recognized?
Clippers have a rebounding advantage of 3. They've also gotten more second chance points. 3, Jokic, good! The big man laces one in from outside again. Jokic on top, Zubac on his hip. Shot clock down to 8. Minute 4 to go in the half. Bumping, grinding, falling, firing, hitting. Jokic.
Y'all ain't gonna win the game.
How about those
Y'all ain't gonna win the game.
hey, those
They're just too good for Denver. Look, they've played Denver now 3 times this season with George and Kawhi. And they've beaten them by all 3 times by an average of 22 points. This series, I underestimated the Clippers myself and said it would go 6.
Drew Marshall. Guarantee. Guarantee. 4 zip. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, strike 4. Guarantee.
we haven't seen that or heard.
Oh man, I think I know what music's playing.
I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Welcome in everybody to the Winners Lounge.
Let's go.
You might have to. Have you ever sat in front of a mic before? It points at the mouth.
At the mouth, yeah.
And then
Nuggets have no
My
chance.
mouth is like here.
Welcome in everybody to the DNVR Winners Lounge.
Yo, play that animation over. You cut it off.
What animation? Did you have a great one?
Yeah, the mile high. You cut it off.
Oh, really? I want to see this. I'm curious. We never had this intro animation before.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Well, what
we
are
don't
we
need
doing
to do
here?
it.
Oh, we got a long
Sorry.
time. All right. Well, welcome in. I'm Adam Matos. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Brendan Vogt.
What's cracking, fellas? Feeling funky tonight.
I'm feeling very funky, extremely funky. Is this? Do we have the graphic to go, or is it going on now?
That's good.
Let's see here. There it is.
There it is.
Mile High City.
And-
Nothing unique about this. Oh, Fraud City, baby.
Run it back.
City, baby.
You
God,
thought
I
we were
love being
done.
Fraud City. I
Fraud
really
City,
do.
baby.
I really love it, man.
Fraud City.
We don't need the coast, baby. Get them out of here. We don't need them. I'm also joined by D. Lanco. You know him as D. Lanco.
Let's go! Man, who among us could have seen a victory tonight?
Did you among us? see a
Okay,
victory?
can I just say something? You know how you called everyone out for being negative all the time and then they get to be right? If you just say the Nuggets are going to win every time.
I thought they were going to win. I didn't say they're going to win the first game.
But hey, you were right when they were down 3-1. You
Hey.
were right when they were down 0-1.
I will own this, guys. I bet on the Clippers.
What did I invite you for?
I don't even
Pull
know.
the mic
I'm
close
not-
to your mouth.
It's
Can
an
you show him how a
emotional
microphone
bet.
works?
It's an
Can
emotional
you show him how a
bet.
You can get
microphone
it, like,
works?
right up in-
You see how
right
the
up in the bread
microphone is like
basket,
right
yeah.
here?
Right
in
up
the
in
mouth?
my
Yeah, there
bread
it is.
basket. Okay.
It's incredible.
So I bet on the Clippers 3
Yeah.
times.
Have we introduced
Okay.
Mitch yet? To
I'm
people?
down
yet.
$300 tonight,
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
but I don't give a shit. Like
That's the right attitude.
I
Losing money, but
no.
you know,
Well,
your
that's
team
the
winning.
thing is like an emotional hedge.
I like it.
If you bet against your team and they win,
yeah.
you're fine.
So this a-hole over here is Mitchell. You probably know him as
Odd
I
bro.
guess Odd Bro. Yeah,
Odd Bro
Actually,
Mitch or
it's
Big Drive Mitch.
Big Drive Mitch.
He is
Thank you.
our
Big drive
golf pro.
energy right now.
Big drive
Big
energy.
drunk energy.
Big drunk energy.
Arguably the best
I'm drunk.
golfer in the DNVR universe.
I would like
arguably.
to think so.
I'd like to think so. Of course, if you don't know, we launched DNVR Golf very recently. Mitchell's one half of that crew over there. So
Yeah.
I'd say
The
you're
better
a little
half.
more than half. A little
The
more than
better
half. I
half.
would say.
Yeah.
I'd say you're like 55%.
We're only saying that because the audio's not in the bar,
I'm
so
thick.
Spencer can't hear us.
I'm kind of thick, so I'd like to think I'm like 60%.
He's going to be helping Eric. He's going to be, his takes, I think, are even hotter than Eric's.
Oh,
possibly.
without question.
Certainly less informed. Certainly less informed. But, guys, tonight, how about this game?
Oh,
you
my
get,
gosh.
you get the bounce back game where one guy's just on fire.
Yep.
You get the bounce back game where the other team is just tripping over their own
Yep.
shoelaces. Tonight, what you got was incredible defense, big-time performances from your two best stars. They faded a little bit down the stretch, but
Yes,
you
they
got
did.
big-time performances. And then you just had a great collective team effort. And then let me say, Gary Harris.
Gary
I know
Harris.
he's been back for a couple games, but the true return on offense felt like it happened tonight when. And we were laughing about this earlier when he hit the first one. We were like, oh, my God, when your shooting guard hits a wide open three and it feels like a big thing. He hits back-to-back-to-back threes at a crucial point, and it was like, he's back, baby.
He's back, baby.
That's the ultimate emotional boost, right? So, like, to put a cap on a swingback
love that.
game
I love that,
that
yep.
maybe feels like something more substantial than they just got lucky.
Yeah.
It's, oh, no, we don't have to be scared of these guys. We can run with them. And by the way, that's G. He's back.
You
And
know,
that's the biggest exclamation
You know,
point.
it sounds funny to say, because, look, I'm not ready to say that. I mean, maybe I am. We'll ask this later. Gary Harris's shot is now
Well,
back.
I mean,
it's probably going to
back,
take
baby.
more than one
It's back,
game.
baby.
But it is funny how different this team looks when you're like, oh, yeah, their defensive stopper is also a 3-and-D player, and he has the 3 part of it. So, again, I don't know if it is, but when you have it, you look like this against a great team. I mean, you get open shots, and that's what I saw tonight.
Yeah, like that's the funny thing, man. Basketball is just so funny. Like there are nights when it feels like you have no one on your team
Yeah.
you can count on, and it just takes one guy to get going. It changes the entire dynamic. It can be a different player. We don't have to only rely on Jamal.
Yeah.
The whole idea of the Nuggets is that we're based on we've built it the right way. We have depth. We have players that we can count on that fill certain roles. And when it comes together in the right way, this is what it looks like.
I like because I keep seeing the nickname Mr. Nugget, which is, you're the one that said this.
No,
didn't
no,
you?
it was Harrison. I
It was
think.
Harrison. 'Cause
No,
it is true.
it was
you?
me.
It was
Is this a bit? I hate this show.
All right, no, I'm sorry. Hey, I hate that too when it happens with me. You're right. That was Brendan Vogt. I love that nickname though. It kind of makes him untradeable.
Yeah, Mr.
Like I know
Nugget.
you can't trade
Yeah.
Mr. Nugget or whatever, but
I feel like previous to that, I was Mr. Nugget, but it was more like it was like a more of like a
you're
Chick-fil-A
still 1B.
situation.
so yeah, I mean Gary Harris is. I guess I start this out always the exact same way. I ask about the big takeaway, and I feel like I don't know that there is a single big takeaway. But Mitch, I'm going to start with you here. What's your biggest takeaway?
My
from this?
biggest takeaway, honestly, is Jeremy Grant.
defensively.
Yes, I think he
No,
needs
he
to
was-
get. I think the Nuggets need to pay him.
Well, I
Nah.
think they're going to. I think that's the plan.
Well, I would hope so.
I think the
But
Nuggets are going
he
to try to
solidified
retain
that
Jeremy
this
Grant.
evening.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. He came up big.
What do you have? 6
defensively.
points.
0 of 5 from 3, 1 of 9 from the field, 5 points, 7
Five-
rebounds.
five-
7 rebounds jumps off the screen to me. I never would have guessed he'd ever have 7 rebounds.
How many blocks?
Just
did he have?
defensively,
Block,
it wasn't
3
even,
blocks, 2 steals.
By the way,
It
those
wasn't even a box score. Like
Yeah.
it was just it jumped off the screen to me. Like
Yeah.
he played his ass off. It
I-
was
Those
I
rebounds
was
were
thoroughly
timely,
impressed.
too. Those rebounds matter.
This is my
dude.
This is my most homer take. But I'm serious. I really, because I've heard people say like Jeremy could go anywhere, this, that. I'm thinking, I actually kind of feel like this team is really perfect for him because you watch him in
Absolutely.
Oklahoma City. He stood around the perimeter watching Westbrook.
Yeah.
The Nuggets use him for everything. Tonight he was the defensive specialist. They let him handle the ball in the pick and roll. They let him, do a bunch of different things, and it's like. I
He
don't
is
know
so
that he'll get to do all
diverse.
this stuff, but he doesn't get to be diverse. He hasn't got to be diverse in Philadelphia or in Oklahoma City.
yeah.
He comes here and he gets to be that. And I just
hundred-
sometimes
yeah.
you find a place that it's like, hey, this is the team that lets me be me.
This is kind of what we all envisioned when they made that
Absolutely.
acquisition.
Yeah, I
Yes,
was gonna say
that
great
is
line.
exactly what I.
for him to fill in
Yeah.
for him to come in weak side, make adjustments for Nikola Jokic,
Yeah.
actually defend at the rim. We have
It
a
was such a
actual,
stretch for.
I mean, it was just so strange to see
And
shots go up and get blocked.
In this postseason, by the way, guys, we're doing a show.
Happy birthday, Tim. Happy birthday. I see you. My wife's birthday, too. She came out. She's the good luck charm.
That's my boss, Brandon. It was gonna be something good. Oh no, we've seen more of his athleticism this postseason than we did in the regular. These blocked shots, like he should do this. He should do
Unbelievable.
this.
Can I contest that? Because I think tonight that's what I saw. I don't know that I would agree with that all the time because
Right.
Jeremy Grant is such a player to me that has incredible athletic tools, and we see it
Not
so
often
seldomly.
enough, yeah.
But tonight, that was the thing I noticed more. I mean, the 7 rebounds, some big time over everybody else's rebounds. Block shots, obviously. Moving on the perimeter and guarding Kawhi Leonard, who's like pretty much unguardable. He guarded him tonight. I think Kawhi missed some shots. I think Kawhi's going to bounce back in Game 3. I expect it. But the athletics, to me, that's like one of the – there's two keys. One, I just think his handle can be cleaned up, and some of his footwork offensively will really unlock a lot of his talents. And number two is unlock his athleticism. He's a super athlete. Tonight, he looked like it. So, do you disagree with that? Because you were saying all playoffs.
You know what? No. I would say since they got to the bubble, there were some seeding games where we started talking about it. But what I was trying to say is what you just said. He has this in him, and it should happen more often.
Kale, can you hit me with that fan? Can you bring that fan around? I'm all hot and bothered over here.
Getting a little hot and bothered over here.
A little excited over here. But Gary Harris tonight, same thing. I mean, we had Torrey Craig in the previous round. We had PJ Doe. We had these guys. It just feels like Gary also is making all of these plays. Like, he just gets the hand on, this just disrupts. I thought Denver's defense was really solid tonight. It's funny how they had the Game 1 defense, which was like Draymond Green calling them out at halftime. And then you get this one where it's like, oh, wow, look at them swarming. They're everywhere.
There are a lot of players on offense where you say, man, that guy's everywhere. His fingerprints are all over this. That's Gary on defense.
Yeah,
it's not just his individual
his off-the-ball defense is
outrageous. The stunts, just the little... And Denver, by the way, Denver did a great job on this with Kawhi. It's sort of what Miami's been doing to Giannis. Like, he's never seen just one body, and that doesn't necessarily mean a double, but if he drives, someone's stunning, someone's reaching, they're just keeping him out of rhythm.
Just making him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and Kawhi never looked comfortable in that.
Yeah.
That was
totally
the highlight for me.
In Denver, look at this. I love when we get the bucket of beer. Super producer Kale, everybody. Super producer Kale.
What a great gig. The guy that just gets to drop the beer on the table.
The beer with the ice bucket and everything. We have the best job in the world. We really do. It's insane. It's crazy that we are on the clock right now. We're being paid.
Am I going to
Oh, do you have a pumpkin spice? He threw a pumpkin. You don't have to. You can if you don't want. It was
September.
I can't do it. I
can't do this. You can't do the pumpkin. Are you really going for it? You're going.
I'm not going to shotgun it. I'm going to.
Well, of course you're not going to shotgun it. That would be irresponsible of you.
Yeah. Well,
another. So let's talk.
Cheers
to everybody. So let's also talk about Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, especially in that first quarter. I mean, there were moments early on where I was like, oh, wow, it's the Jamal game. Oh, wow, it's the Jokic game. Oh, it's the Jamal game. Nope, it's the Jokic game. Those two, man, just both had it going. And this game really comes down to the fact that Denver opened 44-25. They lost the next 3 quarters narrowly. They didn't get blown out, but they narrowly lost 44-25, and it was because they were firing on all cylinders, especially with those two.
It's amazing.
I also think this Clippers team, I mean, they take and make a lot of tough shots. And if you can build an early lead, you'll live with those. Like, you'll live with Kawhi trying to dribble to his spot for 2, as opposed to breakdowns and corner threes. And so I think part of that, I mean, Jamal was good tonight, but, like, Zubac can't guard Jokic.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to, and he won't always put his pedal down for 4 quarters. But right out of the gate, I would like to see it from him as we did tonight, because get your team out to a big lead, that dude can't handle you. Make them adjust right away.
And he got a lot of one-on-one, too. Like,
and he can create
they were clearing out, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Jokic is going to handle him 7 days a week.
He went through a cold spell and still finished 10 of 17 with 26 points. So I know he only had 2 points in that second half, but he goes for 26, 18.
That's ridiculous.
18 rebounds.
For Jokic,
for
18
Jokic.
rebounds?
He had 18 boards. And some of that was, the defense was so great. There were a lot of rebounds available, and they were getting them. But I actually said this last year. I don't know if it's been as true this year. Jokic, you can really – one way you can tell it's a big game. In big games, the one thing I know he's going to do is rebound.
Yep.
Scoring and this, that, whatever it can come and go. But he's grabbed some monster boards. You think about the 7. 30 points, 21 rebounds, right? Those big games where it's like Jokic is engaged, he just hits the boards, and he had that one. He had that going tonight. And then Jamal Murray, I thought this was a little bit more of an up-and-down game, as it was for Jokic as well offensively. He had some hot stretches. He had some cold, but he also made some big plays and hit a huge bucket in the end to get it.
Yeah, we got the Draftkings
King of the Game. So we actually had some controversy in this one. It's crazy. I think it's Jokic, no-brainer. 26 points. You can throw that up. 26 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists.
You know what's crazy about the ascension of Jamal Murray is that he was the leading scorer for the Nuggets with 27 points.
That is great. That's awesome.
And it was a very quiet 27
right.
points. Like, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, oh, this was an average game for Jamal. He probably had like 16, like mid-season stuff. Like, but if you want to see, like, this is what you start to expect out of your star players, whether or not they're coming out loud. Like,
it was that first quarter.
Yeah. But like, they just give you that amount. Like, they just give you the 25. Yeah. They just give you the 26.
He also took 8 threes again, which is like, keep it coming, man. That's what
keep it coming, man. Keep it coming.
I got another name, unless you
nope. Keep going. Let's keep it going.
Paul Millsap. So Paul Millsap actually, he got killed in game 1 when the whole team was bad. By the way, he was actually the second leading scorer and leading rebounder in that game.
Yeah. When I rewatched game 1, I thought he was really good.
And so in game 2, he was great. I thought defensively he was much better. Part of it is just shot luck, but that's also what worked against him in game 1.
2 for 5 from the 3-point line, and they were big.
And they were
big. Really big threes.
So 13 points, but they were timely, 6 rebounds, and I thought much better defense. So, look, we've killed them all postseason. We got to shout it out. I thought he looked much better.
I thought he was good in game 1 as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it is weird you saw some of the criticisms there. Michael Porter in this game knocked down some shots. He finishes 5 of 10. He finally hits a 3, which I feel even though he only goes 1 of 5, so it wasn't that great of a percentage, I still feel like it was big for him to get one. And he's such an X factor for the Nuggets because defensively I think he's coming around, but he's still sort of a weak link. He doesn't quite fit in chemistry-wise. Like, you could tell the team doesn't still know where he's going.
Yeah.
But my God, when he just knocks down shots, it just feels – it's like Gary tonight. It just feels like, there's that other guy they have.
And that's it. Who's the other guy? And so he really hasn't been there for much of the postseason.
Give it to me,
He's
baby.
a rookie being targeted.
Give it to me.
I want to hear this.
But that is –
You got something?
I just mean, like, just Gary. Just give me this. Like, give me this, like, reemergence of a players that we can count on. Like, let's get – contributions from everybody. Like, let's raise this tide and have all boats rise.
Every time he hits
apparently,
a 3,
according to Kyle Lynch, your analysis, Eric, from quarantine till now has improved by like 300%.
Oh, what was my poor
he needs
analysis
to get paid.
before?
He does get paid.
This is like Gary Harris hitting a couple threes and just being like, there he is.
Yo,
He's good now.
I'm hot, dude. I'm hot.
Eric's got 6 points in his pocket.
He's got 6 points.
Monte Morris was also
he was
much
solid.
better tonight.
He was solid tonight.
And I think, look, there are moments where you want to get Jamal Murray off ball, and just having Monte out there makes it easier. He's got to make shots, and he did tonight. But those were steady, controlled, and timely buckets. He played within himself tonight.
One negative thing from this game, and it's not really a negative about a player, but the free throw shooting, and in particular in that third quarter, I believe that third quarter took, what was it, a month and a half?
About 6 years,
Yeah, it was the coronavirus of basketball corners. It just lingered forever.
In that I wanted to be away from you guys.
Yeah, exactly. But that thing, there were just so many fouls in that quarter. And I know Nuggets fans are going to say, the foul count, look at this. And there's there was some questionable ones in there, no doubt. At the same time, man, Denver it's so hard to be both aggressive defensively without fouling. And in that third quarter, it flipped. Denver was a little lucky. Kawhi Leonard goes 0 for 2 in one stretch. I think J. Michael Green goes 0 for 2 in one. Like, they got a little lucky to escape that quarter, given that they gave him so many.
Did you realize that
threes
Kawhi Leonard had 13 points in this game?
Wow.
Yeah.
What a rough one for him.
To your point, this is
they got out free throwed 19-2 in the third quarter.
And this is anecdotal. I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
If this holds up.
Wow.
But to me, it seemed like they weren't shooting fouls. They put them in the bonus
put
so
them in
early.
so quick.
And then all those ticky-tacky fouls that guys like Kawhi and Paul are going to get in the playoffs, they add up to 2 points.
And it happened also in the second quarter. Mason Plumlee once again gets 3 fouls in 4 minutes or 5 minutes, and it's just putting a team in the bonus early or putting them in position to be in the bonus early. Just really, it's so hard to defend in the NBA without fouling. You look at it tonight. They got so many points off of. I hate NBA. If you change the quarter, I have to do this long thing to get back here. But they got so many of their points off of free throws tonight. They're a good 3-point shooting team, but I think Denver can say, hey, you need to beat us from the mid-range. You need to try to get to the rim. Thought Denver did a better job of walling off the paint. Just don't foul. If you make them only beat you by those difficult one-on-one twos, it takes a lot. If you let them hit the 3, if you let them get to the foul line, the margin gets so much smaller. So that's one area I think Denver can clean up. And if you look at from a roster construction standpoint, who's the best foul drawer on the Denver Nuggets?
Danilo Gallinari.
Well,
has been
non-shooting
fouls.
Non-shooting fouls is Jokic, but getting to the line.
Jokic is the best at getting
really
fouled.
an answer.
Yeah, he never gets called.
Sure.
Right.
But there is a skill to it, and I think part of Denver's issue is that their 2 best players are very unathletic, relative to their positions or whatever. And what usually gains foul calls is like quickness or whatever. It's one thing when you talk end of season, what add to the roster. That's one thing is somebody that can get to the line. Just
I mean, I do think
Even
that's
things out.
and this guy doesn't do it a ton, but some of this is like you're missing Will too. Just another guy who will put his head down and go.
Yeah, that's a
but
great
you're right.
point.
It's been years since the Nuggets have had a guy who really draws fouls.
Yeah. Should we take a break? Should we hit a break?
Sure.
Harrison Wind right now is talking to Michael Malone as we speak. He'll be back, and when he is, we're going to kick Mitchell out of here. It's gonna be
Our
great.
very astute commenters have been able to pick up on the fact that Mitchell has had a few drinks before
Yeah, they
he showed
figured
up.
it out. They're big fans of the energy.
Wow.
Good
Slandered
looking
on
out.
the internet.
Good looking out.
They were able to suss it out. I don't know how.
I don't know.
I just want
Guys,
to. Go
You
on.
can slander me
I
all
was going to
day.
throw you a break. So if you're watching this on Periscope or Twitter, go ahead and hit the retweet button.
Oh,
We'd
man.
appreciate it. But hop on over to YouTube. Our YouTube channel is by far the best. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe
We
button.
just got
Get us
our
all
first
subscribers.
dislike,
what do
so
you-
counter
what do you
that.
care?
Oh, we got a
Get
dislike.
that like
care?
number up.
I didn't know there were
The one
Clippers
Clipper
fans.
fan, Lucas.
Yo, it doesn't
Yeah,
cost
Luke,
you
I didn't know
anything.
Clipper fans existed.
Yeah, there's only
Oh,
like-
that's
there's-
right. That's
I
right.
don't think they exist.
All right.
People say that about the Nuggets every time we play.
Yeah,
too.
that is
So
very
I'm
true.
always like, oh, you stupid
That
idiot.
is very true. Hey, we talk about the Denver Nuggets.
Oh my God,
at the
I love your
DNVR
opener.
bar in
I love your
Colfax.
line.
We also talk about Breckenridge Brewery, the official brewery and beer of DNVR.
We're having another one of these autumn ales.
Autumn ales, and it's finally kind of in seat. Like we're closer.
Almost.
We're just
supposed
about
to
there.
snow on Tuesday. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Yes?
that's very
My
It was
strange.
98 degrees
I
today.
know.
Which means Tuesday is the perfect day to go pick up an Avalanche Amber Ale from Breckenridge Brewery. Not sure where to find it? Punch it into the Breck Beer locator. Just search for the flavor you want. It'll tell you where it is, where you can pick it up.
How about that Avs loss, man? That was so. That
Why
was
Don't-
tough.
you gotta
don't
bring up
do
old
that.
stuff,
We could
dude?
not
Why you
don't
bringing up
do
old
that.
stuff,
We
dude?
could not talk about
Guys,
it.
what,
We're
come
leaving
on,
that.
man.
That's
No, we don't wanna
yesterday.
talk
And
about it.
sickness and in health.
No.
All right,
That's yesterday.
keep going.
Or you could just come to the DNVR
need
bar in
time,
Colfax.
bro.
We got Breck Brew on tap. It's the best. We love this stuff. We should also talk about WGT World Golf Tour, the #1 rated mobile golf app.
Oh yeah, we have our tournament up right now. What was it? The I can't even.
What'd you
remember.
end up calling it?
I can't remember.
I'm not in these
I
meetings.
wanted to call
Oh no,
it.
it's the Kentucky Derby. No, it's the Derby. It's the Derby Classic.
Oh,
Derby
Kentucky
Classic.
Oh, actually, I'm meant to say this. Of course, Jokic wasn't going to lose on Derby Day. Are we
that's a
kidding
good
me?
point. That's
Are
a
we
really
kidding
good
me?
point.
Of course
Yo,
he
I
wasn't.
didn't know it
Big
was
horse.
Derby
Oh,
Day.
big,
Otherwise,
he was all
horse guy.
big horse
B-
guy.
BHE,
Dominated.
dude.
if you
Big
don't know
horse
what we're
energy.
talking about, WGT, it's a mobile golf game. It's a lot of fun. The DNVR family puts on an event every weekend. You can play with other members. You
Oh,
can play with
yeah.
the staff. We have 3 clubhouses: DNVR, DNVR2, and DNVR3.
Ringmaster
So if
Eric
you
says
haven't
it's not
signed
up
up yet, download WGT,
What's that?
join
He
DNVR3.
says it's not up
If you're
yet,
in any of those
Ringmaster.
clubhouses, you'll see our tournaments up every weekend.
Brandon was supposed to put
Participate,
this up.
join the Discord.
It's definitely up.
If it's
Absolutely.
not up
2 and 3.
yet, it will be up. And
out.
anyway, we're gonna
That's it.
play it, and we're gonna beat you
fun.
fools.
2 dislikes. I guess Rich Homie Flom found the YouTube
Oh, the
channel.
rich homie Flom. We
All
like,
2
we like our
Clippers.
Clipper
Yeah,
blogger
they're
guys,
awesome.
you know? They're a suffering fan base like us. We like all the suffering
Someone
fan
just said
base.
low key, I'm very male form when I dress like a professional. Does that just mean that I do have a male form? Like that was up for debate.
Do we have any male form area like that we want to cover here? Is there anything about
Jeremy
male
Grant
form
is
that,
long.
let me
Jeremy
think
Grant is
here.
an extensive gentleman.
He's he's
Yes.
the elastic assassin.
That's
We
right, I
called it
forgot
earlier.
about that.
Other male form. Yeah, nothing really popped out at me except for that Kawhi has the longest arms ever issued to a human being.
Yeah, him going cold tonight. I mean, 4 of 17. Some of that was great defense. Some of that was he missed.
He
I
was
mean,
just
even the free
missing-
throw line, he was just a little bit off. 5
He
of
was
7.
13 points.
Marcus Morris turned a little bit back into a pumpkin, which I was glad to see. He hit that crazy shot against
hate
Torrey
that
Craig
dude.
in the fourth. I mean,
I'm
he's
sorry.
But you know what? That means he's doing his
He's
job, right?
hateable.
Like,
Yeah.
he's there to be hated. Same with Pat Beverly, who, by the way, maybe we're just too cynical because we're Nuggets fans. Denver's up like 8. They're at the foul line. Pat Bev gets 2 technicals, which basically make the game over. And I was sitting there going like, I know Denver probably wasn't going to lose
I
with a
know,
minute
man,
30.
but yeah, that was
but
not
him,
out
I
of
was like,
reach.
thank you for doing that, so I didn't have to sweat this final 90 seconds.
Yo, it was. This was a tight one, even though it was not tight at all. Like that's the funny thing is, if you knew how it was going to end, you could just like when on your rewatch, you'll just be like, all right.
Oh, yeah,
But the
like
whole
we're
time, like we
smoking
couldn't
on, yeah.
enjoy any of it. We were just like all in our feelings and arguing, and it really tore us apart as a crew.
Send us in some questions too, guys. Reply to the DNVR Nugget. I think the easiest way to get it is there. Kind of keep an eye out for that. If we have some things here, up arrow and a down arrow,
All right.
and I want to go to it because before Harrison returns
You have an
here,
up arrow, down
yeah,
arrow.
you have a pair in there if you're sober enough to get it there. Mitchell. It's gonna be-
Yeah, got him.
Hey, you knew if you're coming
Got
on here, you were gonna.
him.
So I'm gonna throw you guys some things out, and I want you to tell me if you expect them to go up or go down. In
RK
game 3.
likes that Mitchell and Brendan are matching.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, thank you.
It's better than matching Harrison, which I've done every show.
It's super cute. Thank you, Ryan.
Soup's cute, I think is what he meant.
Hope you're having fun in Cabo.
So the Denver Nuggets shot 37.5% from the three-point line tonight. In Game 3, does that go up or down?
Be a Debbie Downer
I'm
here.
sorry.
Say again, sorry.
37.5%.
Oh, yeah, I'll go up.
Oh,
So we got
that'd be
2 up,
great
2
news.
down. I think 37.5 is really, really close.
That's-
Matt wants us to subtweet him what
So-
he's talking about.
So here's the thing. You've got Michael Porter goes 1 of 5. You've got Jeremy Grant that goes 0 of 5. Okay, Jokic goes 4 of 5. Gary Harris goes 4 of 7. I think all of those kind of cancel out. 37.5 is about what I expect from the Nuggets, but it's the bubble. I think it's going to be better. You're up.
Bubble baby.
They're not guarding Jokic. I mean, this was the same thing in the Utah series. He shot really well, but part of this is just that they don't guard him out there.
Yeah, you know who really dragged the 3-point percentage down was Jeremy Grant. He ran a terrible night,
0
and
for
he's
5.
been 0 for 5, and he's been he's been hitting
Are
him.
you talking shit about Jeremy Grant?
No, I'm just talking literal facts about Jeremy Grant. I'm just saying what has happened.
Okay, that's
Oh, there he is. There he
All right,
goes.
everybody, we have to say goodbye to
Oh,
Mitchell.
man.
Mitchell, do you have any parting words you'd like to impart on us? DNVR Golf, everybody.
I
Nailed it.
Wow.
Perfect.
Wow,
give me a
choke.
second.
A
Give me a
choke.
second.
That's all right. We're
I
stalling for
think-
Harrison.
We are going to defensively
Okay.
enhance.
Yep. That's right. Yep.
Enhance.
Who's
Oh,
writing this down?
thank you,
Who's
Harrison.
writing this down? We're
Thank
going to
you,
want to
Harrison.
return to this. Defensively enhance.
We are going to improve defensively, and we
Okay.
are going to make this a tough series, regardless of the outcome.
Oh, dude. Not
I-
any tougher than you're about to make it on this new White Claw you're about to get.
Oh, am I about to get clawed?
Well, I mean,
All
when you go
right,
down.
All right, Mitchell, everybody give him a
Sub
hand.
him in.
Hey, DNVR Golf, if you guys like golf
Love
and
it,
all,
dude.
follow
We
Mitchell.
love
If you don't
you,
like
yeah.
golf, still follow him.
Yo,
Pretty
these
funny.
guys
Him
are
and his
the
brother.
odd bros,
Very
dude.
funny.
I
Great
used to
stuff.
hate
They're
them,
the
and now I
big
love
drive
them.
bros. Big drive bros.
I'm going to try to
big
All right,
bro.
Harrison,
Thanks,
tag
guys.
team. Tag him
I'm
out,
working
man.
Enhance
right.
into those player grades tonight.
You're the man, Mitch.
Give him your up and down, too, because we're going to keep this game going.
You got booted mid-game.
Mid-game. Look at how slowly he's getting out of here. We need to get him some help.
Dude, don't drive, man.
Don't big drive, my man.
No drive energy.
I remember my
Big
first
Uber
beer.
energy.
Remember
right
your
there.
first beer? That was wild,
Big
wasn't it?
Uber energy.
All right, so
there.
we're playing. Is it going up or is it going down, Harrison? You have your cards there. We're going to find out from Harrison here in just a moment what Michael Malone had to say and what level of anger he was, which I can't wait for. So let's go to Nikola Jokic, man. 26 points in this game. Does that number go up or down in Game 3?
This is a good one. I know
It's
where
gonna
Wynn's
sound
going.
crazy, but I'm going up.
Me too. Look at us.
It
We got
doesn't
up.
sound crazy,
Yeah.
bro.
We're
It doesn't
bullish.
sound crazy.
We're bullish.
Nobody believes in Jokic like the four of us.
And Jokic certainly doesn't.
He had 2 points in the. I mean, look, is he going to have 24 in the
first half.
first? Probably not. Is he going to have 2 in the second? Probably not.
Nice. Good math.
You know, that's it all comes back. And I'm going to say this again. I'm really curious if any team is going to guard him from the 3-point line. Because in the regular season, not just this one, but all regular seasons, he hasn't shot well. We now have 2 playoffs to go off of, and he's shot the ball really well, and the teams don't guard him. So I kind of feel like it's like Jimmy Butler didn't score in the whole regular season, and now it's the playoffs, and he's like dominant scorer. I feel like Jokic did that with his 3-ball.
Well, there was that quote. Do you remember his quote from the seeding round
Yes.
when I asked him about his 3-point shooting? I was like, is it easier to shoot in the bubble because that's what some guys have been saying? And he goes, no, I'm my biggest enemy.
Oh,
It's all
yeah,
about
yeah.
focus.
It's
And
all focus, yeah. He's
the
that
last 2
focused.
playoffs, he shot around like low 30s from 3 the last 2 regular seasons. And he's 40 and above the last 2 playoffs.
That's like him low-key telling us he just doesn't give a shit in November.
It's pretty high key.
No, who cares? I mean, if he plays like this when it matters, who cares?
Gary Harris
I
hit
love
4
Jokic.
3-pointers tonight. I'm setting the line in Game 2 at 1.5.
Harris Jr.
Will
made a
he
great
be
play, and he's
over
not
or
known for
under
defense.
1.5 threes?
1.5, baby. Come on. Oh, come on, dude. Under?
2 unders, 2
Yo,
overs.
what do you? Are
So
you
we
saying
asked this
0
earlier,
or
Harrison,
1?
and we weren't here, but is Gary Harris the 3-point shooter back?
I mean, I can't go there yet.
4 of 7 tonight.
No,
4
but you
big
have
ones.
to.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for him is he's just seeing the ball go through the rim, so he's going to keep shooting them.
See it, baby.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
he's
saw
not
that right
going to
away.
get gun shy from 3.
Yeah.
He's going to keep shooting them.
Oh man, what an absolute gift if Gary Harris is able to return to form offensively, in addition to what he brings defensive. I mean, like that's all of a sudden a brand new situation. Like you can't, you can plan for Jokic. And
In the
Jamal.
comments, tell us where you're going with Gary too, up or down.
Yeah. I
One
mean,
and a half.
you can plan for Jamal and Jokic, but if Gary makes the leap to back to where we know he can be, not even making
which was
leap.
a decent shooter last year's
Yeah, there were
playoffs.
times.
Yeah.
There were a lot of times when there was chatter on the timeline about Gary Harris being the Nuggets' best player.
Oh yeah.
I
2
mean-
years ago, but it's been 2 years.
Yeah, but I'm
yeah,
saying
still.
like
Getting
that's
at
not.
20.
It was a thing
There's
that happened.
more
It was
in
yeah.
this.
absolutely.
There's more
It's
in
in
him.
him. It's
Yeah.
in him, and like, shit, can he rediscover that? Like, I don't think there's any reason why it can't happen. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing, but like, that's encouraging. And those shots went in like they weren't cheap. They would, like they splashed. Like they went right through the rim. They didn't bounce around, So
Yeah.
there's something to that. Like just getting that energy back, getting your rhythm back, like getting your confidence, everything in basketball.
So the Nuggets or the Clippers, I should say, were 120 in the first game. They scored 101 in this game. In Game 3, 110.5 points. Are the Clippers going to score over or under that?
What they have today?
I mean, I don't even. I should get rid
101.
I should get rid of my
110.5.
Yeah, I think they're going over that. That's me. You think down?
I
You know
just,
what?
I'll say over.
I just
I'm
did the
going
math
down.
on my
Wow.
notes.
I'm
going
And
down.
I'm wrong.
I'm going
I'll
down.
say
I'm
over
going down.
myself.
I'm going down. I'm going down.
All right, so tell me, vote. You believe in Denver's defense?
I did
At
on-
least something here.
Until I ran the Kawhi math there of like, yeah, he's probably.
If
does
you
that
just
make
run
him
this
for
exact
9
game back, but
points?
Kawhi goes like 10 of 17.
Because I do think like Grant played just as good defense in Game 1, and Kawhi just hit those shots in his mouth. So that's hard to account for. But the defense tonight was great.
It was
And
great.
I did not think it was just Clippers let-up game. I did not think it was just Clippers missing shots. The rotations were on point. I thought Yoke gave effort when he wasn't in foul trouble. Like I just thought Michael Porter Jr. a couple plays down the stretch. I thought they looked good, man. I did.
So I have a take about the Nuggets defense that I think it's actually good when they play really hard.
Oh.
And this was I know that sounds dumb, but in October and like the first half of November, I just thought Denver's defense was like playoff intensity. They just played so hard, and it was one of those things where I think they're like halfway through November, like we can't do this for 82 games, and I think they do that almost every year. Where I don't think Denver's an elite defense by any means, but we now have, if you just look at the last 5 games for the Nuggets, dating back to Game 4. Actually, Game 5. Game 5, 6, and 7 of the previous round. Let down in Game 1, although Kawhi Leonard also and Marcus Morris also just made every shot in that entire game. And then you get this one. That's 4 out of 6 games they've gone against the number 1 offense, the Clippers' number 1 offense in the regular season, and then the Utah Jazz, who were the number 1 offense for the last 3.5 months of the season. So 2 great offenses, and they've looked like a legitimate defense in this one. So I still go over 110.5 because the Clippers are so good, but I don't know. I don't think Denver is the defensive sieve that everybody kind of talks about them on. They're a little bit two-faced, yes, but they're not. They can defend.
They're not hopeless.
So I'm going over. Here's a stat for you guys. Kawhi shot 23.5% from the field tonight. His worst shooting performance in a playoff game since 2015.
Wow.
So I don't know if we're going to get that again. But my thing with Denver's defense, and I think this was a stat last year. I don't think it was this year, but last year. Nuggets had one of the best fourth quarter defenses in the league.
Right.
Even when the team defense,
Yep.
the total defense, trailed off at the end of the
great
season.
point. Great
and
point.
Because you play hard in the
Yeah.
fourth.
And look, I think it's impossible to play defense in today's NBA.
I know.
For 48 minutes, just like at an elite level.
The one that Lou Williams got, I'm just like, what are you supposed to do? Like,
Right.
how are you supposed to guard?
can't
He just
touch these
jumps into
guys.
it
Yeah.
and falls. It's like, come on, man.
It's impossible.
And it is a foul. It's
Yeah.
just, how do you not foul there?
It's funny because they're showing highlights of the end of the Clippers and the Thunder game and the hilarity of
You
people
guys
just
want to watch
running into
Jokic's
each
press
other.
conference?
There it is. Is that him right now?
I want to
Currently
hear the
going.
rest of Wynn's point.
Yeah. What is the rest of Wynn's
My point is that the Nuggets can lock in when it matters.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most important quality to have as a defense right now in the NBA,
Yeah.
just with where offenses are.
Opportunistic is the word I probably use. I think that they can clamp down if they're in a game
They
for
can play
5-10 minutes.
tenacious. I would choose
Nice.
tenacious.
I got one last one here for you guys. Michael Porter Jr. played 16 minutes and 16 seconds tonight. In Game 3, is that number over or under that 16 and a half?
Sorry, what was the
I
question?
think it's the exact
Porter.
same but to the second.
Yeah, that's
He plays exactly 16-16. Wow.
Exact same to the second.
I'll say over. I'm feeling
16 is really low.
I'm feeling a
16
little MPJ
16, 20?
explosion. Feeling it.
You're
feeling
feeling
it coming.
an implosion.
Got a little feeling.
So here's the thing about him.
Yeah. All
He
right.
still doesn't quite know where to be all the time. You know, like there's still some of that stuff. But defensively, I do feel like he's way better than he was at this point of the first
for
series, right? Like he's not completely hopeless.
Yeah.
There's also less pick and roll. You know.
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit
another
different.
thing. Like, he was just getting targeted every possession against Utah. The Clippers don't do that.
Yep.
They just take whoever's really guarding you and just go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's safer in that
So
regard.
I'm curious, Harrison, what did Michael? Who spoke today?
So, I mean, you just saw Yoke's going right now. So I got Malone and Jamal and a little bit of Gary. You can probably guess what Gary had to say.
Nothing.
So obviously, I'm not disagreeing. Obviously, the defense on Kawhi and PG, big talking points. A lot of credit to Jeremy Grant, a lot of credit to Gary Harris, of course. But also Malone made a point to say that the team defense behind those guys was much improved.
It's true.
From where it was game one, because you can really only contain those guys for so long.
Yep.
Eventually, they're going to get past you at times. So you need that backline defense, and Malone thought it was much improved tonight.
Yeah. I'm sure. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was true. Tonight, this was a defensive game. The offense was there in the first quarter. It really wasn't there after that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Nuggets scored, 110? I mean, it's not bad.
You know
but
what was crazy?
They labored through it.
You know what was crazy about this win, though? Nuggets got out-rebounded tonight.
Didn't feel like it.
They only had 18 assists.
Wow.
They shot 17 free throws for the Clippers 29 and still won.
Don't feel offensively like that's a real recipe for it, but,
I
you know,
agree.
they had guys making shots early.
I guess, didn't Malone say before the game that he didn't feel like many adjustments were needed, just the shots needed to go in?
They needed to go in.
I mean, they went in, especially early on. Denver had some. They were shooting like 70% or whatever early on. Some of that was just running really hot.
Yeah. Well, to that point, Vote, Jamal Murray said that he got the same looks tonight that he did in game one. They just went down.
I think there's a lot of truth to that. I mean,
Yeah.
I also saw a quote from Murray about just being tired, and he's like, I hate to admit it's not an excuse.
That's what he said on TNT after the game.
Yeah.
Whoever was asking him questions was like, what was the difference tonight? He was like, I hate to admit it, but yeah, I was tired in
They've
game
been
one.
so honest about that.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, game one was pretty much damned from the moment that they interviewed, that Scott Van Pelt revealed to Jamal he was going to be playing on Thursday, and he was like, we played Thursday? I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, we're
That's bad
screwed.
times.
Yeah. But two things with Murray, and I wrote about this today, but
Good plug.
he just needs to make his open shots because he missed a lot of open shots in game one.
Yes.
Like 3 wide open threes that he just clanked. So, and he was hitting those against the Jazz, obviously. And also, like, he could get a little help from his teammates if they set some better screens. There was a lot of examples in game one, and Malone was harping on this pre-game one and post-game one and before today too, but you got to make contact on your screens, and also when you're going against the Clippers who have so much more length than those Utah guards that Murray was going against. Like every second that you
Kawhi
hold
Leonard.
up a defender on a screen makes such a big difference in this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I love your point earlier, too, Eric, about Jamal, because it's true. Like, he was 10 of 21 tonight, 27 points. That's a really good line. He had 6 assists.
Yeah.
And it
You
didn't
didn't
feel
feel
like a B-plus game. I'm going to bump that up to an A- just because
He
it
was
is
the
true.
leading
He needed
scorer
it.
somehow.
Yeah, he was the leading scorer.
Right,
He
there
was
wa-
good.
And there was once a time where it's like, is he hot or is he not?
Yeah.
And now you're talking about, all right, quiet 27. That's great news.
Yeah, it's really good.
all
Any
I
other
got.
notes? No other notes from it. Should we go to a read? Do we want a battle read? Or you guys? You don't have the reads even up.
Do
do
two
you?
reads at the same time.
All right, so
I
it's
could
gonna
probably
be,
do
it's
them
gonna be
by
back on
by
vote.
heart.
When we come back, though, guys, we are going to do Rate the Highlight. We are going to look ahead to Game 3, so you're going to stick around for that. But first, DraftKings.
Oh,
How
God.
about?
All
Let's
right,
see what you're doing. There's got to be like some like Russian
I
tennis
want
or
a bunch
something.
of bets. I want a bunch of bets tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I
You went in the paint
I
hard.
went-
Right,
I
with
got
football
Jokic
right around
over.
the corner, there's no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app.
baby.
I was
To
cold
celebrate
this
the
weekend.
return of football,
I was betting.
DraftKings is giving
Yeah, I'm
all
taking a
users a
break.
Take a little
no-brainer
break.
to start the season. How do they let us do these reads? Like, do they listen? Do they hear you guys talking over us?
They love when we talk about. We're talking about DraftKings while you sell DraftKings.
To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving all users a no-brainer to start the season. Have you ever heard of a football team losing by 100 points?
The Lakers this weekend.
Well, guess what? DraftKings
might bet
Sportsbook has
against the
moved
Lakers.
the spread to Kansas City plus 101 for all
Lakers lost
users.
worse than the Nuggets did.
Even if Kansas
Talk about
City
that.
were to not cover, even if they lose by
Denver's better
100, you
than
still
LA.
get your money. On
In
top of
every
that
aspect.
amazing offer, DraftKings is giving away up to $100
Weather.
million in prizes
Women.
to all users who enter their free football survivor
Fans,
pool.
people.
All you have
mountains.
to do is sign up for DraftKings
Definitely
Sportsbook,
City,
enter
man.
their survivor pool, and you'll instantly get a share of up to $100 million in giveaways. Download the top-rated DraftKings
people in the
Sportsbook
chat?
app now and use promo code DNVR to take advantage of this no-brainer of an offer. That's promo code DNVR.
Ah.
Did you forget the phone number?
Yeah, for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. Other terms and conditions and restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
That's the one.
That's the one, baby. All right. So I'm betting for the Houston Astros and the LA Angels to remain under 10.5 runs.
No, all right.
Yeah,
They're
Jose
currently
Altuve.
They're
He's a
currently
cheater,
at
can't
6 total in the 5th inning.
We're not going to know. Yeah, 5th inning. You should have made a bet like for the 5th inning. We're never going to know. This show's going to have to be like 3 more hours.
Can you put a little less thought into your bet next time?
Jeez, what the heck, dude?
I'm looking to be profitable
So
here, sir.
I'm getting some comments here from people saying, can we talk about how Harlan and Miller called the game like the Clippers won? We didn't really hear because we're here at the DNVR bar. We're talking to each other. I mean, we
It's
don't.
so loud at the
Tonight
DNVR
we
bar.
had Gary Harris chants
Yeah.
twice here in the bar. I mean, I honestly say I really believe this. We can only have 50 people in, which kind of sucks because like it's like groups of people separated by all this distance. But the atmosphere is still awesome. Like,
If
it's
we
gotta
were
be
at
the
max
best place.
capacity, we would have like
Oh my
10
God.
noise complaints by now.
Unbelievable.
Every single
There's
night.
nobody even around us, but we'd still be getting them.
I personally would lodge those complaints.
I know.
This is the perfect segue into MSU Denver Online. MSU Denver Online
I thought we were done with
puts
the
a
read,
dynamic
sorry.
education at your fingertips without forcing you to decide between earning a degree and living your life. MSU Denver is the Colorado institution providing rigorous and affordable online programs taught by professors who bring real world into the classroom. Look, a lot of online learning is kind of a lazy experience. It's A to B. You're there because you can't get to the real thing. You don't have to settle. And that's especially convenient and important in times like these when everyone's trying to figure out how to live their lives from the convenience and the safety of their homes. Don't choose. Get your education. Get it from the safety and comfort of your couch. Check out MSU Denver Online.
I love it. All right. I was going to say this. I mean this. I know I'm a homer on this specific thing. I can't be trusted, but I genuinely believe that the DNVR bar is the single greatest place to
agree.
watch a Denver
Could we
Nuggets
get
game
that,
currently.
I don't even know where else you would watch a game.
Well, that's part of why. That's part of why this is true.
But hold on, can we clip that audio where Adam says he can't be trusted? I just want that for my own
It's a
personal.
soundboard. Yep.
Yeah.
Did we play the Gary Harris drop, by the way? We did. Oh, I love it. That's such a good one. Shannon Sharp talking about Gary Harris. Don't forget, mash that like button and mash that subscribe button on YouTube, man. We had almost 500 on the Game 7 Winners Lounge. We had, I think, like 470 likes.
Peak Winners
I
Lounge.
want to see if we could ever beat that. I want to see if we could ever. I don't know if we ever will. At least I don't know if we will this season. We'll see. We might. We might. be
Maybe
able to
in
beat
5
it.
more games. We'll be
Yeah,
there.
maybe in 5 more. Okay. Do we have rate the highlight ready to go? There was some fun highlights in this one, guys. And again, if you're playing along or if you're watching along, in the comments, give us your rating. Your guys' ratings are just as important as ours. Maybe more important, to be honest with you.
David East, just type like a space or a comment. We know we don't need to see a 10 in there every time.
All right, go ahead. Roll that beautiful footage. Let's see what one's producer guy has picked out for us.
Okay,
We
Jamal.
go. This was nice. Oh, another fake. Got him. I'm gonna be a little tough on him tonight. That was a great move, though. I will say that was a good move. Giving it an 8, a 7.
Oh,
8.
well, it wasn't like it wasn't good. It just.
Oh, he drew the and one and then drained it.
No, I know he did, and he punked playoff P.
These were actually Denver's only free throws of the night.
That's a great point. I gotta inflate that.
I can believe it. Yeah.
He missed the free throws.
Did he?
Yeah, so it's a 7. It's a 7.
All right, that was a good one. What else we got? Let's see.
Oh, that's us.
I honestly don't know too many of these highlights.
Yes.
Dude.
Back.
Dude, watch that one again. Does he turn sideways?
Yes.
Hold on. Does he turn?
gets
Is that
Kawhi.
shot is in the air? Got him. Shot.
That's mine.
Turn to the side. Booyah.
This is a
I'm giving
clear
it
10.
Oh wow, it's a
You know what
9
that
to
looked
me.
like?
I'm
It
giving
looked
a 9.
like a drunken James.
He
Harden.
almost sent Kawhi to the floor, you
That
guys.
is true. He
That's a
did.
good
He
point.
did get. It is Kawhi. You know
And
what?
if he had
You
it,
know
I'd
what?
give it
never
10.
happens to Kawhi.
You know what? You're right. Kawhi rarely
is a
gets
clear
got.
10.
He rarely gets got. I'm going 10. You're right. It was Kawhi. One small concern. Murray's step back, kind of the only move he's had lately. I mean, he's really good at it, but it does feel like he's only setting guys up for the step back.
I mean, this is the toughest matchup for him to penetrate consistently.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's rough for him.
All right, what do we got?
David East with the loophole. He gave that a 9+1.
All right. Wait, that's 10.
Little spin move. Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
A burst of slow. That's what this play was.
This is when Kale was saying Yoke had no confidence.
Oh yeah, this was Kale.
right as Yoke is going
Adam
into this
almost murdered
beautiful
I almost
middle up
punched
and
him.
under.
We need to
He heard you, Kale.
We need to get the second string going so you can all hear me
I'll go
scold
8.
Kale on how he watches basketball.
I'll give this one an
I'm gonna
8.
give it a 7. I thought it was a good play. It was a
This
good
was
play.
a clutch bucket. Denver needed that bucket.
This was, I would
explain
call
your
a
7.
7-1. I mean, it was a layup. It was a spin move layup. It was good.
Yeah,
and
they
to me,
needed
it was
it, though.
not one of Jokic's top 5 made baskets tonight. So It was good though. It was good. It was solid.
I know. There's like
We're so cocky after
there's
one win.
I'm saying there's like small market energy rating system, and then there's like we've been there before. Like we've seen Jokic do this. Like I'm sorry, he raised his own bar. What do you want from us?
Go with it. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got. We'll just talk over you if you play it early. It's fine. Is this Pat Beverly getting technicals? Please tell me you put Pat Beverly getting technical. Oh yes.
Baby.
What a freaking. Oh yeah.
Foul too.
This is an easy 10. Look at him. He wanted it out.
No, I want my technical.
And look at
give me
his
two.
teammates.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I'm telling you, the game was not fully over just yet. It was 99% over, but it wasn't fully over. And Pat Bev said, "I'm done."
What do you think he said?
I'm
I'm gonna take your Mickey Mouse waffles.
I know. Who knows?
Trying to hit the players' lounge, man.
He's turned up a little too high. All right, I'm giving this a 10. I'm giving this a 10.
Dude, this is everything you want to see. You want to see
Pat
emotional erosion from your competitor. You
Hey,
wanna
so
see that they've
low-key
been
story here, and I
broken
don't expect it to happen, but should Denver be able to get a lead going, like a 2-1, 3-1 lead in the series? This team is they could fray. I mean, they're not the most tight-knit group in the NBA.
I was going to say they really don't have any cohesion. They're just a collection of elite
This
talent.
is a fantasy draft team that was thrown together this summer, and you saw it tonight, and I can't believe you saw it from Kawhi. But Kawhi was pressing a little tonight.
Oh, no, he was. He was.
He was pressing a little bit.
Not a ton of trust. So that is like, okay, you get a 2-1 lead, and then in game 4 you get like a lead like they had tonight at the half. That team could fray. They still got talent. All right, what else we got?
That's it, baby.
That's it? That's all of them?
Let's rate that segment.
There wasn't that many highlights. It's a down.
Going down with that one.
Probably just should have replayed the first half.
Yeah.
From the tip.
There's one play that I'm going to clip, and I'll probably tweet it out. But do you guys remember when Murray threw it to Jokic? He wasn't ready for it, like bounced off of him, and then goes to Murray for a layup in the first quarter.
Yeah.
I watched the replay. I think Jokic passes that.
No.
And I'm going to slow it down, and you're going to see it. I'm telling
I
you.
need that clip if it's there.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
because he hits him, and then he kind of like taps the ball in midair. I have to slow it
Like
down.
with
I
his
can't say
head?
for certain.
Crazy?
No, with his hand.
I believe you.
It like
I can
hits
believe
him,
it.
bounces in the air, and then it looks like he taps it in the air back to Murray.
F it, I'll believe
And
it.
if
I don't
that
care.
happens,
I'm with it.
If that's the case, I just didn't have time to clip it and
I wouldn't
slow
be
it down.
shocked.
I
Would not be shocked.
So let's look ahead to Game 3, guys, because
I don't
Denver
want to.
did what they had to do. They got the split on the road. Now they come home to the raucous home court for 2 games. They will be in their blacks, I believe, the rainbow blacks, which
Good.
I'm excited about.
Not the whites.
It's over.
Black rainbow skylines. What things do you think? I'll start with you, Vo. What things? Where are the battle lines for them that they really have to win now that we've seen 2 games against this team?
3-point percentage, I think, would be huge.
Yeah.
Bench points. And I wanted to get to.
Great point.
We often find ourselves talking about how the Nuggets don't have the right personnel to guard player X, Y, or Z. They do for Lou Williams. Gary Harris and Torrey Craig are great options. That's the exact kind of guard Craig does well with. And so, maybe it's shot luck. Maybe Lou bounces back in Game 3. But that's their spark off the bench, and Denver has answers. So that's the battlegrounds for me.
Yeah.
Harrison?
I mean, obviously, defense like tonight would help, but Yoke's got to be as aggressive, as locked in as he was in the first half tonight. I mean, he does need to go for 24, but I think I said last game he's got to average around 30 for Denver to win this series. I still think that's the case.
Means he needs a 40-point
Yeah.
night soon.
He's got to have another big night. Got to have another big night in Game 3.
And there's no reason he shouldn't.
Yep.
Right.
He could. He should.
Like for me, all the Nuggets really, honestly, like where it lies for them is just the man in the mirror, the team in the mirror. Like if the Nuggets are able to play, like the Nuggets are able to play, and they don't, the situation doesn't get too big for them. I mean, you guys all laughed at me, but like I don't think that the Clippers present any matchup nightmares anywhere on the court except for Kawhi Leonard just becoming superhuman. I mean, it's not like you have like an obvious defensive problem. There's places like the Nuggets can match up. It's just now a question: can they make the shots that they need to make? The Clippers are going to get their buckets. Like they came out really cold tonight, and they started to look past the Nuggets. I believe. I think they started to listen to what everybody was saying, that this series was a joke, and it's almost insulting for the Clippers to even have to play it.
Yeah, totally.
And they got high on their own supply. They came out very, very cold, and then they could never really get it back. And
This
so
guy.
I'm just saying, like,
I
listen,
love it.
I know.
this is like, I mean, listen, the Nuggets are not in this round by accident. Like, this team is very good.
Right.
And
that's the one thing that's so annoying about it. Then if you don't pick the Denver to beat the Clippers, like we didn't either. None of us did. Maybe Harrison.
the fraud. That's
but
the idea
it's
of
the
fraud
that
city,
they don't
dude.
deserve to be in
They're
the arena.
frauds,
It's like, come on, guys.
like,
what are you talking about?
Did you watch Donovan Mitchell last
won
round?
their first round series,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, you know,
One of the 4 teams
won
left
their
in the
first round
West.
series without 2 starters, and people are like, they don't belong to be here.
Yo.
Get out of here.
But-
So you're right. That is the thing that's so frustrating about it.
And who's left out west? It's the 2 LA teams. It's Houston.
Right.
And it's Denver.
Again.
Again.
It's a clear best 4 teams. Another thing, man, mentally, Denver knows they can play with the Clippers.
Yeah, it's big.
They
They've
know
been
they can
knowing.
play with. I was a little concerned after game 1 if LA just came out and punched him in the mouth in the first quarter. I was a little concerned about Denver's just mental state. But after tonight, man, I mean, they know they can play with these guys every step of the way.
The series literally just started.
Yeah.
It's 0-0. It's best of 5. The Nuggets, like,
Series start over.
both teams had sort of emotional, weird letdown games where you didn't really see both sides giving the same effort in either game. I think that's not going to be the case from here on out. Now we're going to get like both teams' best efforts. We're going to see where they clash.
We've talked so much about do other teams, particularly the Clippers, respect or fear Denver? And the answer from all of us has been no. But this is step 1. Punching them back like that, getting them to force the issue a little bit in the fourth. You come out, you do it again in game 3. They don't have a choice anymore.
I mean, I think the key, so for me, I would go number 1, the defense that they played tonight that's the baseline. They have to play that level. I think against against Utah, I think they could get away with like a half of defense. I think with the Clippers, it takes that's how good they are. They have to kind of be like this the whole time. I do think Jokic and Murray again. I think the bench points was a really good one because to win this series, you're going to have the Clippers have so many guys. Marcus Morris could step up. Lou Williams could step up. They can get these guys that I expect to contribute more often than not. Denver's going to have their version of that. Tonight it was Gary Harris. Michael Porter poured in a little bit from there. Monte Morris was good. They're going to need those guys, somebody, whether it's Grant next game or somebody. They're just going to need some of that from somebody else. And
they're going to need a third guy every game. Could be a different guy every game. Probably will be a different guy every game.
I see it vacillating between Gary Harris and MPJ.
It was Millsap for the first half.
Yeah, and Millsap tonight. They got the contribution. So I think a lot of that. And then offensively, I thought early on they were aggressive. They were confident. They trusted each other. I thought as the game went on, they got a little bit more we don't need to pass. We don't need to do that. We just need
That's true. We didn't call it the greatest injustice of all where –
So I like people getting pissed that Doc Rivers and TNT stole the ball is popping. Guys, you don't understand. DNVR is taking over. This is a DNVR takeover.
Except for that they used it to describe the Clippers. But
it doesn't matter. The
Clippers never get the ball.
Ball is popping for the Clippers.
I don't think DNVR is going to make it to the Clippers section of LA. Like, I don't know if they're going to.
Bet you does. Are you kidding me?
I mean, we already have the 2 of them watching.
Yeah,
they're in here downvoting us. That's got us.
This is a fun one, guys. Denver, again, I like it. 1-1. I like it. I like it a lot.
The series just started over.
Over. We got to have some fun tonight. Little weekend, little Saturday night.
I need this too. You know what sucks though is that in 12 minutes we can't buy alcohol in here anymore.
I know.
We might need to wrap this up.
Should we hurry up? All right, one half court heave going into game 3. Let's go quickly. I'll start on this side. Harrison.
1 half court heave. Gary Harris hits 4 more threes.
You just made that up just to have a half court heave. All right,
he's got a feeling.
Yeah, he's got a feeling.
I've got one. We're going to get another Murray 40-point plus game.
No, I really think Gary Harris might hit some shots. I really do.
No.
Michael Porter only playing about 18 minutes, but I think he's going to have 3 or 4 3-pointers. He'll be a factor in game 3.
Yeah, I had MPJ.
In his limited minutes.
I had MPJ for 20 points.
I feel like he needed to see one go through, though. He had a couple tonight that I was like, okay, he needed those.
He will never stop shooting.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. Just keep letting it fly.
Oh, so we're both the same.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, which we hope that you are, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And then most important, I'll hit the upvote. Leave a comment after this is over. Say, hey, great show, guys. You guys are the best. Especially Adam. And then that'll help us out so much. Dude,
it won't help us out. It'll help
Clippers in 4.
out.
Clippers in 3. Nuggets have no chance.
Oh, I love it.
Sweep City.
Sweep City. Fraud City, baby. We're back.
Fraud City.
Let's go.